There is a generation of men fading from view. This is a global phenomenon, but is particularly noticeable, if this is not a contradiction in terms, in the feminist countries. Men who have been pushed to the margins in so many ways have simply elected to disappear. I would imagine that as many as 1 million men have disappeared either partially or completely from view in the United Kingdom alone, meaning 1 in 20 or so of the native-born male population. For the most part, this disappearance has occurred without anybody noticing, particularly because it has consisted of a gradual fading form rather than a dramatic exodus from the mainstream. I call these men the Ghost Nation, and would like to introduce a term to common use. How does one become a citizen of the Ghost Nation? It occurs in many ways. Very few of them are pleasant. First of all, one may become a member of the Ghost Nation by virtue of coming from a broken home. They have never seen either parent work and are told daily that men and boys are useless. As a result, they never get into the habit of work and drift around the edges of crime. Women coming from the same background have an option that is not available to men, and this is to become pregnant. This ensures the basics of life and gives purpose. Young men have no anchor whatever other than the gangs that they belong to and the other groups of men they may hate. This is how young men come to religious fundamentalism, political extremism, and violence. A life has to be about something, and these men's lives are about nothing at all. These men are among the most dangerous beings upon the face of the earth. These are the men who make revolutions, a barbarian army within the city walls. They may create or destroy, and have no place in the existing order of things and no loyalty to it. I call these men the Ghost Army, simply because they have no dealings with wider society and are thus invisible to it. They rarely vote and own nothing. At present, their anger is purely destructive and tribal in nature, directed against other races and other subcultures, such as followers of other music. Older men are joining the Ghost Nation more consciously, and for other reasons. They have clearer moral guidelines, and have rejected crime and parasitism. Nevertheless, they have no place in the existing order of things. Some of them have lost everything through divorce, and realize that marrying in the feminist world is simple slavery. They know that no matter how honest they may be, the courts and the legal system will punish every good deed. Therefore, they work at things that interest them. They become harder to control, because they are no longer willing to work inhuman hours for a woman's approval. Gradually, they extricate themselves from everything that they have been brainwashed to believe is normal. This includes consumer credit, expensive chemical sludge pretending to be food, and that strange 19th century invention, the career. Gradually, they eliminate point by point everything that ties them to the feminist state. This takes both economical and emotional form. Rather than let the media form their opinions for them because they are too tired to do anything else, they form their own views, actively on the internet. Gradually, very gradually, they fade from view. They cannot even talk to other people who are still within the system, because most of them can only talk about their work. The third group is those who are nearing retirement. They know they will be rich almost anywhere other than the feminist nations, and therefore they become free at the moment they are no longer needed by the feminist society. Have you seen yourself in any of these three groups? Are you a citizen of the Ghost Nation?